Um, Airborne Tickets is an online ticket agency,
Mm-hmm.
specializes in delivering delivering digital content, barcodes, event
Mm-hmm.
tickets, digital media, music video, ebooks, things of that nature, to end users and consumers. Our special niche or special niches are is that we can deliver the content to the mobile phone,
Mm-hmm.
um, and as well as do all the other customary types of ticketing that are available to the market. So we're one of the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the forefront of the mobile transition, mobile
Mm-hmm.
revolution, etc.
Okay, great. So where did you get this idea from?
Um, Actually, I owned a nightclub up until last year,
Mm-hmm.
and I was a little disenchanted with my ticket company. It took them a
Mm-hmm.
long time to send me my money, so I just started researching new ticket companies and found out what was going on in Europe and Asia, which was mobile phone ticketing.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to a couple of companies in the UK and throughout Europe who were doing it. No one really had a presence in the United States. So I said,
Mm-hmm.
what the hell? I'll do it myself. Went to Elance
Mm-hmm.
and put a bid out. Talked to Manish,
Mm-hmm.
had a few conversations with him, had a few conversations with a few other developers, and
Mm-hmm.
decided to go with Constant.
Okay, great. So what was the main factor which helped you to take your decision that you would be going with Constant for this project?
Um, they gave me well, I felt really good about talking to Manish.
Mm-hmm.
Was probably the primary motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Felt like he took the time to hear what I was trying to do. He was able to grasp the concept. Um, he he gave me professional written documents recapping everything we discussed. But I think the main thing is I felt comfortable that Manish could deliver the vision that I had and translate it into a website and a functionality that actually worked. So while I'm speaking English, he is hearing text or code, you know what I mean, and making it become what I was envisioning. So he convinced me that he and his team could do that. So that's really what it was about. The development process was fine. I think that you guys work a little bit different than I was accustomed to. This is turned into the biggest project that I've ever done, and we're not even halfway there yet. And it looks like one of those projects that probably doesn't really have an end. It's just something that's going to keep evolving and getting better as we get better minds and ideas behind it. But I think that the biggest thing was kind of coming to a common understanding and a common rhythm. Tanuja has been my developer from day one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Very good, very patient. Um, so over the last year and a half, 2 years, we've developed a pretty good communication style. She's learned to understand that when I say something, um, that it might mean five other things come along with it. And I've also learned that when I ask for something, I need to be as detailed as possible about what it needs to do, how it needs to do, and that kind of thing. So I think initially the issues, if you even call them issues, they weren't issues. It was just kind of learning, feeling each other out. I think that process was a big part of it. Is just kind of understanding how I need to communicate what I want, and then them learning how to hear what I'm asking for. So
Mm-hmm.
the primary communication method is online instant messaging.
Hmm.
I do think that conversations would probably be a lot more effective, especially with Skype.
Hmm.
Um, the few times I have talked to Tanuja on the phone, we've gotten it done in 5 minutes
Hmm.
versus, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of flushing out an idea or talking through it. And sometimes, instant messaging is good because it gives you time to think before you say something. You have time to edit it before you kind of put it out there. So I think both are effective depending on what your process is. But I think in expressing an idea, I think that Skype, video, talking through something can be a much more efficient way
Hmm.
uh, of communicating. There is a process that Constant um has, and that they strongly recommended that I use. But and it was I can't remember what you call it, but it was a system where everything was kind of captured in one place
That's
and
my
all that
project
kind of
desk.
stuff. Right, yeah, my project desk. And so that's nice if you're a developer and you need to reference everything. But
Hmm.
my ideas come in the middle of the afternoon when I'm driving or when I'm walking down the street or when I'm sitting down watching TV. So,
Okay.
to log into my project desk and jot it down isn't practical for me. So I find that email is probably the best way because I can fire off an email to Tanuja or to Manish and say, hey, what about this or what about that or whatever, and I know they get the information, that type of thing. My project desk, while in the big picture is probably more efficient, I don't know that it necessarily is best suited for how I function or how I think. Yeah, I've been doing it for 2 years. I don't have I don't have any plans on going anywhere. So I think that and this actually is not my feedback. This is feedback that I've gotten from some of my American vendors.
Hmm.
They When they look at the code and they look at the functionality, they say it's as good as anything that they've seen. So, um, so price point, cost effectiveness, and all that is very good for the of quality and knowledge and skills and abilities that you get in working with Constant. So, overall, I would call it about an 8.5. And if you get the overnight, I would call it a 10. Get the
Thank you.
overnight support, I'd call it a 10. But overall, everyone is very professional. You
Hmm.
guys are a very professional organization. Um, very patient.
Hmm.
Do your research. You're very good at at really flushing out the idea before doing the work, which saves everybody a lot of headaches
Hmm.
and that type of thing. And I think again um, that goes with building a long-term relationship. You make an investment in understanding what the client wants, then
Hmm.
you can do a better product for them. So I get that consistently from Tanuja. I get that consistently from Manish.
Hmm.
Everyone else I've worked with at Constant, either on a consulting basis or brainstorming a new possible product, is very good at listening and doing the research and saying, you know what, this could work this way or this won't work that way, and that type of thing. So, partner. I think partner would be the best word.
Okay.
Um, if I was going to think of another word, I would probably think of the word friend.
Hmm.
Um, and I use them. Um, I kind of use them interchangeably um, because I think a partner is somebody you're committed to doing business with, A friend is somebody who's looking out for your best interest. And so I think that, when you have to hand over your ideas, and which really, for me, this is hand over my business and trust somebody with it. You can't do business with them without them being your friend. And based on the fact that Constant has been a part of it from day one, they're really a partner in this. So my success is tied to their success and vice versa. So those would be the two words I would go.